Hey guys, I'm here again with another jazz guitar lesson. Today I want to talk about a very important chord in jazz, which I call the magic chord. Now, there is a magic chord in jazz which you have heard a bazillion times, not only in modal jazz, but also in modern jazz, old jazz, swing, cool jazz, and every kind of jazz music that you've heard, and also a lot of blues and funk, sometimes even rock and roll. So this chord is actually present everywhere. The reason I call this a magic chord is because you can move it around as much as you want, and it still sounds cool. Now, you might be asking, what is this chord? This is a dominant 13 chord. Now, you might say, Pratesh, I know about the dominant 13 chord. There's nothing new about it. As a matter of fact, I use it all the time. 2, 5, 1. Right? Let's get a little deeper. Now, this is our G7 13 chord, right? We have a G, F, which is a flat 7, B, the third, and E, which is a 13. I like to play a 13-9 chord, which you can also play like this. Now, if we take this chord and we remove the root, we get this upper structure. Now, you might be like, oh, I know about the shell voicing. Yes, you do, but let's play this on an A string root so we can really see what's going on here. If this is a chord by itself from the root, this is an F major 7 sharp 11 chord. Really cool sound. I love it. I use it all the time. However, it is coming out of a dominant 7 chord. It's a major 7 sharp 11 chord, but it still has a dominant function. For the people that don't know what a major 7 sharp 11 chord is, if you build a major 7 chord, which is your F major 7 here, I have F, C, E, and A. Take that C down a half step, you get a major 7 sharp 11 chord. If you play a major 7 arpeggio, you can play it with the sharp 11. It's a really cool sound, used a lot in jazz. Now, the reason I want to shed some light on this chord is because in jazz, this chord can imply multiple different functions. Now, let's try and use this on a C chord. Now, this is a C13. All that we have here is, yet again, the root, 7th, 3rd, and 13. And let's add the 9 also, which gives us this really cool dominant 13-9 chord, right? Now, if we take that root off, technically makes it a B flat major 7 sharp 11 chord. Now, the cool thing about this chord is that you can move this chord to the 3rd, starting from the 3rd of the C, and now it gives you an altered dominant C7 chord. Isn't that cool? It's almost like a C7 with a sharp 9 and a sharp 5, altered sound. Really cool sound. You can use this chord not only as a dominant 13 sound, which is more of a Mixolydian blues use, but also as an altered dominant. Not only that, if you take that same chord shape, move it down a half step, what do we get? We get a flat 3rd, a natural 13, technically here a 9, and here we get a 5th, which is Dorian. You can build this again from the flat 6 degree. And what do we get here? We get a flat 13, we get a 9, we get a 5th, and we get the root. This chord is so versatile that you can move it around as much as you want. You will either get an altered dominant chord, or you will get a dominant chord with some really nice tension, or you will get some kind of Dorian or Lydian mode. It's going to be a bunch of different cool colors, but here's the cool thing. I call this ambiguous functionality because there is a functionality that this chord is implying, but it's not doing that in a way that a dominant chord would do that. Just listening to the chord itself, taking an F major 7 sharp 11 chord, it doesn't really tell me what function it serves. Where the root is. The root can be D flat. The root can be G7. You know, the root can be multiple different chords. I can even take B as the root. G flat. So many of these chords can be the root. We just don't know what it is, which is why it works so well, because it is so ambiguous. So thus the term ambiguous functionality. Now let's play on a track in the key of C and play with this chord. You can be very mindful that if you're playing in a dominant sound, you can play the B flat major 7. If you want more altered, you play it from the 3rd, or you don't care much about how you use it, you just use it as a sheet of sound that exists that's just implying function. Here we go. Dominant 13. Altered. Dorian. Frigid. Right? We can go anywhere. You can play in minor pentatonic. B flat, dominant 13, right? On A flat, on G flat, on E, any of them can be roots. None of them is actually implying the root, but they're all implying function. So they're ambiguous, but they have functionality. Thus, the magic chord in jazz. Learn this chord in your E string root, A string root, and your D string root on your guitar, and you're ready to take over the world. So have fun, use this magic chord as much as you want, and move it around and make some fun music. Alright guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. The only way I can keep making these instructional videos is through your support. So please subscribe, please like, and if you like me enough, also check out my music. See you in the next video.